This Amateur Radio Roundtable is brought to you in part by ICOM America. Well, hello and welcome to Amateur Radio Roundtable. I'm Tom Medlin, W5KUB, and we've been gone all weekend at the Huntsville Hamfest and just got back yesterday, rebuilt the studio, and we're kind of tired, but we wanted to have a show. We're not going to ever miss a show. We're going to always have something on here. Hey, we're on WBCQ, International Shortwave Station tonight, WBCQ on 5130. If you're out there listening tonight and you're able to, send us an email to tom@w5kub.com and tell us where you are and tell us, how strong we are, how weak we are, if you could hear us. I know we've got some listeners in the UK, we've got some listeners in Costa Rica. I've got some emails from them. Also, if you're new, and I think we've got some new people in the show, in the chat room tonight. Hey, if you're new, please just type into the chat room that I'm new, so Katie and Joe and all of us can see you and say hello to you. We welcome any and all new and old people into the show here, really. But we like new people, so let us know if you're new to this, and we're glad you were able to make it tonight. Hopefully, you found out about it, maybe by our 40-meter net. Our 40-meter net is really picking up. We're starting to have major pileups toward the last half. It's hard for me to pick call letters out. And it's kind of like my friend Doug Wheelock says when he was up in the space station. Everybody was calling him. He said it just sounded like alphabet soup. And that's kind of what it sounded like tonight. Hey, join our Facebook group up at the top up there. There's a menu. It says Facebook, join us. We've got close to 7,000 members. We'd love to just get you to be a member of our Facebook group. It's a good place to talk ham radio, ask questions. If you're new, if you're old, you can be an Elmer. If you got experience, if you don't have experience, we take everybody. And it's just a great place to post your pictures. If you'll post your shack pictures and describe it, we'll get them on the air. Maybe Katie can put them on the show and show your pictures off to the world there. Let's see. I guess that's probably about all the announcements I've got. Let me go over here to our remote people tonight and see what's going on. So let's look at what we got here. We've got Joe Eisenberg with us tonight. We got Mark Brown with us tonight. And of course, everybody knows Katie. Everybody tunes in just for Katie. So I'm glad she's here tonight. Yeah, glad she's here. So, Katie, you didn't make it to Huntsville. Shame, shame.
I made it thanks to the live broadcast from W5KUB.com at least, so I was able to watch quite a bit and hang out in the chat room with everybody else. All of us that weren't there had a lot of fun virtually, that's for sure.
Well, I think we've had more fun in real life.
Oh, hush.
Oh, but we did have fun. But hey, you know what? We got to eat honey baked ham and stuff there, and you didn't.
Oh, I know. And I saw donuts. Those
yeah.
Good.
I only had one donut, but
things.
I only had one of those donuts. But man, hey, Mark, those are great donuts, man. I'm wanting one right now.
Our hospitality people just outdo themselves every year in bringing in the good stuff and the fresh brewed coffee. That kept us going all week.
It really does. You guys have one of the best group of volunteers to do that. It's always so well organized, and you can get in and get out or find a place to sit and hide for a few minutes, but there's never any shortage of anything to keep you going. And I know anytime I've been there, it's greatly appreciated.
Oh, man, and let me tell you. And also, let me see if I can get everybody back in here. Let's see how I can do this. Yeah, I got everybody back in here. Hey, guys, we had a competition. Joe, K0NEB, and I had a competition. And we brought Teresa in here, too, KE5MUX. Now, the competition was who is going to win the biggest prize, number one, and number two, who won the most prizes or the most value in dollars. Okay. Well, I want to tell you, I worked really hard this year. Let me tell you, I didn't do this for the prizes, but Huntsville is so nice to us and takes care of us. I always throw $100, Mark. I throw $100 back into the thing there, and of course, you guys gave me 250 tickets. And I thought, okay, well, Joe's going to buy 250 tickets, and and then Teresa bought 250 tickets, and I don't know. I think we bought all your tickets. So the barrel was full of tickets. So Joe, you're going to have to tell us your secret. Your secret in a minute.
Let me.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
I heard about this before, Joe. Before I was in the elevator on Saturday night riding up, and I heard about this competition, and I heard a new term thrown about how different folks will bend or crease a ticket that goes into the prize barrel to increase its chances. I don't know, of landing on top and being drawn for a prize drawing. I heard the term Eisenberg perforation.
Oh,
Joe,
boy.
can you explain that?
I don't know. It's just the way I fold them. It's pretty simple, actually. But
All right.
I got three prizes, Tom.
Joe won 3 prizes. I won 2 real prizes, and Teresa won 2 real prizes. Now I gave both of my prizes away, but let me say something. I think we have a tie here because Joe, one of your prizes was a gift certificate, and that has no money value until you cash it in. So as far as I'm concerned right now, you've got 2 items to my 2 to Teresa's 2. Now, you did win more in total. You beat me there, but I think we tied in the other category.
Didn't Jill win 3? Wasn't
Actually,
she in the mix?
she won 2, and
2.
were radios. One was
boy.
ID 51 A
wow, nice.
plus 2.
Yeah.
Which, I think those are around 500 for that handheld. It's the D-Star with GPS. And then she won a Kenwood 2-meter mobile radio. So she's all set for radios. So she actually beat us all with the one radio.
Well, let me tell you, Joe always has to, every year, Joe has to go out and buy a suitcase to take his prizes home. I've been trying to beat him, but I just can't do it. He's got that secret fold,
Well, I didn't have to this time. Everything fit in the one bag I had.
Joe, you should. Too bad you can't transfer that luck over to the lottery or something.
Yeah, well, that's what everybody tells me at work. Yeah, now you got to get the Powerball.
Right.
Well, look, hey, Mark, you eat the honey and baked camembert, and you know that honey sauce you put on it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the honey mustard sauce.
Yeah, the honey mustard. That stuff is real sticky. You ever get that on your hands?
I did.
It's real sticky. Let me tell you, I was thinking about.
I had to go wash my hands after every meal.
I was thinking about taking some of that honey mustard sticky stuff and putting it on my tickets and putting it in there, in the thing. So when Jordan sticks his hand down in there and he pulls it out, I'll have 8 of my tickets stuck to his arm.
There's the secret to counter the Eisenberg perforation.
That's right. Oh, man.
Well, I tell you, I got more messy than what he's describing when I saw Gallagher perform down the hall at the VBC on Thursday night.
Oh, you went? Did you go to the show, Joe?
Yes, I did. And I was in the 3rd row, but my photos are on my phone because they said that you couldn't bring in the big camera. And, of course, I wouldn't want to anyways. But the phone took some pretty good pictures, and I don't have those downloaded yet. But he actually came out into the lobby before the show and got to talk to him and got a signed T-shirt and everything. And so it was a lot of fun.
Very cool. We did share the Von Braun Center that weekend with Gallagher and with Jerry Seinfeld. He did a couple of shows, too.
Oh, Seinfeld there?
There was another comedian that played Sunday afternoon, but we were closing out then.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Joe, did you have to wear the raincoat since you were up in the 3rd row?
Yeah, actually, all the seats were covered with garbage bags, and then they gave you a garbage bag to poke a hole in and to protect yourself.
I heard Teresa. No, I heard Jill. Yeah, Jill went. She had. Tell me what she had in her hair, man. She had all kinds of food in her hair, man. I mean, it must have been terrible when y'all walked out of there.
Yeah, it was pretty messy. They covered the whole place with black plastic.
Oh, man.
But it was worthwhile, and I'm glad they had that there, and it was a fun thing to do in the evening.
All right, well, look,
They had it
we've
there
got,
and not in our BBC.
yeah.
Not our part of the BBC. We stayed clean.
We've got some pictures and things, and we're going to continue to talk about this. But let's zero in with Mark there. And Mark, it's over with. I guess you guys have probably already started planning and thinking about what to do different for next year. Tell us a little about your planning. When does it start, and how do you think it went?
Well, we're still really, Tom. We're still in a wrap-up mode. There's a lot of things to take care of. This Friday we have what we're calling a Hamfest workers party at the Huntsville Amateur Radio Club's meeting site there at the Red Cross near downtown, where we will thank the 110 or so volunteer members that are just essential to putting on this Hamfest. The North Alabama Repeater Association that kept the talk-in frequencies clear. They monitored things for interference. You name it. There's just so many people in different facets of the hobby. The DX Club, they did card checking during the show, and then they hosted a big banquet that night with Jim Fenstermacher as the featured speaker. So we're going to have just a big pizza party this Friday night. So, like I said, we're still in a tidying up mode from this year, and we probably will be for a couple of days. We'll take a week or two off, and then I asked the various committee people to just basically jot down your ideas, send them directly to me. We'll put together just basically an action list of points to at least discuss. Of course, we won't do all of them, but we'll put them on the table, we'll hash them out, and we'll tweak the process and try to do even better next year.
Well, it's going to be hard to beat it, but I know any and every little thing you guys can fix. If anything happens, you improve it. You got that quality approach to this thing, and you're going to get it next year.
We experimented this year for the first time with credit card sales. That went over pretty good. We realized that, and this was a tip that we got from the Orlando guys. They do the online sales, and then they do credit card sales at the event, and that's something we tried, and it worked well. So we'll expand on that next year. And our goal really is to do online sales and will call. I don't know if you were, well, actually, Tom, you were out in the lobby on Saturday morning. It was quite crowded with folks buying their tickets and waiting for the 9 o'clock doors to open. And I got you and Kathy through there. But, it was pretty crowded. So anything we can do to streamline that process and make it easier for the vendors and our workers to just, little tweaks like that, we can go a long way to just helping the flow of the weekend.
Now, one thing that helped you a lot this year, you didn't have that government show on the same weekend, right? That
Space
military?
and Missile Defense Agency.
Yeah, defense.
They bring in missiles and helicopters, and it's always a case of butting heads on Friday morning move-in, where they're trying to move out missiles and weaponry, and we're trying to move in boat anchors and radios. It was always a challenge.
So I can just see it. Yeah. Mark, here's the issue. I see right here. They're moving missiles and bombs out, and you're moving in both things. So I can see who's going to win that one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're not going to finish. We're not going to move out until they're done moving in. I'm sorry, I said that backwards.
Yeah.
You know
How many people come through the doors on an average for Huntsville?
That's a good question, Joe. We don't have good figures from past years, and we're working on. We're double checking the figures we have. Our rough estimate is in the 4,500 range.
Okay. Very good. I really enjoy it. I look forward to it every year, and next year will be my 20th visit to Huntsville.
Wow.
Fabulous.
Well, that's good.
Not continuous. We missed you last year, but we're sure glad that you were back this year, Joe.
That's right. Had to see the sun go away.
You had a great excuse, and I know if you were like me, in the path of totality, that was a once in a lifetime experience, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I went.
I'm trying to find the right camera shot here. Hang on. I'm doing it. Seems like once I've been gone a weekend, I forget how to do this. There we go.
Maybe when you stored your console, all the knobs got turned.
That's right.
something happened, and we didn't bring half it. I left most of this set up here, and we still had some issues when we came back. But hey, it was worth it, man. Can't wait.
Great.
Can't wait. We already made our. I think Kathy's already made our reservations for next year, and oh man, can't wait.
So, Mark, how many volunteers did you have on between your committee and then volunteers that throughout the weekend?
About 110, Kathy. Maybe a few. Well, definitely more. There were people on our list that helpers at the youth forum. Dr. Monty Bateman handpicks the people that are around the kids, and they're really not on our list. And so I don't know about that. There was quite a few because they expanded the youth lounge this year, and those folks are kind of off the books. So 125 or so.
That's great.
What we do.
And are they from multiple clubs in the area, or just basically a couple of main clubs are the people that pull it all together?
By and large, they're from the Huntsville Amateur Radio Club.
Okay.
Like I mentioned, a few other organizations, the North Alabama Repeater Association, the North Alabama DX Club, but that basically the Haylarks, the Huntsville YLs. They were instrumental in ticket sales.
Right.
And we actually had a couple of my wife helped, and a few others' wives pitched in to join the fray. Some of them were hams, some were not, but they all just pitched in where they could, and it just really works out well.
That's great. Well, thank you to all of them for sure. And it's anybody who might be listening or watching knows what a huge amount of work is involved in a Hamfest if you've ever been involved with one. And
Oh my!
it's really hard to explain unless you've done it. And
It is amazing.
And you
it's
can't-
an amazing experience, but it's exhausting and it's rewarding and it's stressful and it's wonderful. It's just all these different feelings all wrapped in one. And then you're still kind of running the adrenaline high for a few more days until even after it's over, you still are kind of, because there's so many things to wrap up. So
That's really well put, Katie. Thank you.
Yeah.
You put
And
the
you
words
can't-
exactly how I'm feeling.
Can you
can't-
tell I've done it before?
Yeah.
Nothing to the extent of Huntsville.
Yeah, I've been chairman of one here for a few years, and
Right.
it is a lot of work. You really can't beat the facility because you can park underneath. So if it's pouring rain, you just go upstairs.
Right.
It's all air conditioned, the flea market and everything's all in one big room. And it's hard to get through it all. It's great. I mean, that's a good problem.
Hey, and look,
I can see room to expand in that room.
Look, man, I went out there and got in line that morning. They moved them in so fast that I didn't wait in line out there more than about 10 minutes.
There was a steady stream on Saturday.
Yeah.
Of course, we have the early risers, the guys that really want to be number one in the door, and we got them in. But it was just a steady stream of folks all day long. We were never really overwhelmed with folks waiting to get through.
Except for when somebody needed to move their car out of the way. That was rather entertaining.
Yeah.
There was a few of those announcements. Like, if you don't move your car, we're going to tow you.
Katie, did you really hear that over the broadcast?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, boy. It would get quite loud at some times, and
Oh, yeah.
if you don't move your car, we're going to tow it,
There was only one accident within the facility. Two panel trucks were maneuvering. Well, I should say one panel truck was maneuvering. One panel truck was parked, and they collided. Fortunately, there was no damage. I'm not going to mention the companies or the driver, but it was fortunate. It could have been a lot worse, but it was just something we laughed about immediately.
Oh, yeah.
We had folks yelling, "Stop, stop, stop!" But ultimately, it was the guy with his foot not on the brake.
Oh, yeah.
You had a lot of.
It's amazing when you're in there and see all the vehicles driving in and out and dropping things off, and the big panel trucks come in and they get unloaded and then out the door. I mean, it's just so smoothly operated. It's crazy.
Biggest challenge. I think there was a 45-foot RV with a trailer.
Wow.
It was ginormous, and he pulled in and of course unloaded and got the thing out. But while he was in there, that thing was just taking up a lot of space.
Well, and hey, look here, look here. Our friend Emmett also pulled in.
Yeah.
I'm not showing you the whole thing there. There's a trailer behind that.
Oh, right.
There's a MCOM one.
Yeah, Emmett pulled in to drop off his radio wave stuff at the Gigaparts booth, and once he got that material offloaded from the MCOM one vehicle, he had permission. Then we parked that out front so that all the all the visitors could see that on their way in. And he was doing some kind of a remote connection, so that he could actually operate the radio inside the Von Braun Center, from operate the radio in the band from his booth.
That's super cool.
So is the Space and Missile Defense convention going to stay a week earlier so that we don't have the conflict?
As far as we know, Joe, yes, they have.
That's great.
That's great.
That should not be a problem anymore. We're very happy for that.
Well, hey, I know. Hey, we've got something special that we want to do in here tonight. We'll do that in a minute. Let's go through a couple some pictures real fast and just talk. Joe, I've got 4 or 5 here. I'm just going to pop through them real fast, and then we'll do your pictures. But hey, guys, look at this. This is inside. Isn't that a nice hotel to be connected to the Von Braun Center? You don't even have to go outside. And guess what? We with a little hotspot, we streamed our trek all the way from our room over to the and we stopped there in the little hallway that crosses, and we showed people how beautiful it was there, and then rolled on down. And hey, we kept the signal in the elevator and everything all the way. So that was kind of cool. So that's what it looks like, guys. If you want to stay there, that's the place. That's one of the nice places to stay. You can see traffic going in there. Let's see. You already saw the MCOM one. Hey, this was our booth. We were set. This is during setup here. Man, let me tell you, Huntsville did a great job setting us a booth up there. We really had a great booth. Let's see what else we got here.
I'm glad we pre-discussed that, Tom, and that I think we got it the way you wanted.
We did, and you know what? It looks really good there, and you got another one down there at the end you didn't use. Maybe you'll use it for something next year.
We wanted to keep the area clean because of the comments that we've had that the area up front was getting too crowded.
Yeah.
And I think it worked out well.
Oh yeah, here's the Lee gang, and we had a nice discussion with them, and we're going to have a show with them on here pretty soon. Faith Hanna just returned the day before from Africa, where she operated with the youth. What is it, Katie?
Youth on the air.
Youth on the air, yeah, Youth on the air. Hey, here's some neat guys I ran into. The reason I pulled them over there, they had KUB in their call, so I had to grab them, K1UB. But the guy there in the middle was, well, first of all, the guy in the red shirt, I couldn't talk to K1UB until I talked to his manager in the red shirt. And in the black shirt was the red shirt's manager, so I had to go through all three of them before I could get there. Here's a shot of Kelly Laser Works. We went by there. They're a prize donor. Here's and we've got the complete video on this. This is a Young Ham of the Year this year.
That's Rich and
Bob Heil in there.
Emmett. That's the Young Ham of the Year. Brian Rascal. And then Don Banks, and the guy on the right is
Bob Heil. Bob Heil's in there, and Rich Mollison.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. We got by the Dayton Hamvention. I was talking with Ron Kramer. Ron Kramer there.
Dayton.
ARRL was there. Of course, we got by and talked with the ARRL a little bit.
And Southeastern Division Director Greg Surratt, W40ZK.
Yeah. We also hooked up there with George and with Don. Talked to them for a little while. And looky here. Here are the two most important persons at the whole Hamfest right there.
I saw that when you guys were all talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on the left, and Art Davis there in the middle.
Yeah,
He's responsible for our dealer show, I think, 32 years.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I think I saw more of the weekend than I realized seeing some of these photos. Because I'm like, I remember when that happened. I saw that happen too.
Well, I had people send me, I don't have any pictures here, but I said, send me pictures if you're watching us on a big screen. And I've got so many pictures of people watching us on 60-inch TVs. It's kind of cool. Yeah. But I don't know how he did that. This one right here, I mean, this is a Galaxy. This is a Galaxy 8. He's actually got the chat room and the video in there. I didn't know you could do that. He's got.
Oh yeah, that's Ricardo, KV40P.
Yeah,
And just then, when he typed in there, I had replied to him, so I ended up in there. But he might be listening, but he's on his way to work right now.
Yeah, that is you. That is you right there. And somehow he was watching the video on top of the chat room, so I'll have to talk to him and see how he does that on the telephone there. But that was kind of cool. Oh man. Okay. So hey, Joe, you got a few. First of all, Joe, you got any? Let's do Hamfest pictures while we're on the Hamfest subject.
Okay. Well, let's see here. We'll try this and see if that works.
Let me see. Well, well, I don't think it's working yet.
It's coming. I see it.
Well, something changed.
Yeah.
We all turned into circles.
Oh, I don't even see that. I'm just seeing pieces and parts. I see him trying. This is a problem with this new Skype. Can't figure anything out.
Let's see if Joe can figure this out.
Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yeah, well, I'm seeing something now.
Okay, so let's. Okay, I'm going to move up to the Hamfest pictures, and then I'm going to go back to the shortwave station. Okay. And by the way, before the Hamfest, we saw the Gallagher show, and we toured WTWW, and let's see what else. That's about it. Oh, Jack Daniels. Got to see Jack Daniels. That's a fun tour. So let's see here. How about this, Tom? This is the Mad Rush in the door. All right.
That's 9 o'clock Saturday morning.
Yes, it is. And people are just rushing in, and it's always a fun time. Maybe I should give the suggestion that it be at 8:30 or 8 even, because it is a big rush. And let's see. This is the drum as it's just starting to get filled, and it's before I've delivered my.
Well, I thought that was all your tickets before the public came in.
Oh no, I wouldn't do that. I wait a while.
Yeah.
This is something that I think is wonderful that you guys do there for the kids. You have them soldering and building kits. This is a simple Morse code oscillator. And I had several of the kids who had seen my forum before bring them by and say, "Look what I did." And I think it's great. So hats off to you guys for putting on a nice group kit build.
That youth lounge area has grown very popular, and there's the 3D printer that they had set up.
Yeah, this is the 3D printer, and this is a real nice one. I haven't seen this version, and really nice 3D printer with a full color display on it, and change the filament pretty easy. And I tell people it's all inside, so you don't have to worry about the rain and things like that. Come to Huntsville, and you'll really enjoy it. And a lot of good stuff in the flea market, and pretty reasonably priced. You can see kind of through the middle there. One of my favorites here with the bright LED lights is wired communications. They
Roger
come Roger and his wife Kim. Come from Scottsdale, which is the Phoenix area. So that's a long drive to Huntsville. And they bring a lot of neat stuff. And you can see here where I'm moving my mouse, there's Tower Electronics. Scott and Jill were there. So great sources of stuff that I recommended to my kit builders. But I don't have the picture on this. It's on my phone from Nightfire Kits were there. And his main complaint was that right after my forums, he'd sell out of a lot of stuff. And that's what we like to see, people buying kits and building them.
That's a good problem to have.
And this is Caitlin, who got the a special award for her years and years of service as the section youth coordinator for Alabama. She's been a ham since she was like 8 or 9, and now she's going to college this week in Birmingham. And this is Warren, W4RRN, who is the Alabama young ham. And then, of course, we talked about these people before from the left. Of course, you have Bob, and of course the young Ham, and then you have Emmett and my editor Rich, W2VU, and Don AE5DW. At the end of presenting the Young Ham of the Year award. And I think I've been taking the pictures of that since Bill Pasternak introduced me to the Huntsville Hamfest back in '99 or 2000. So it's an honor to be able to take the pictures for CQ, which is, of course, one of the sponsors of the award. Jackie, who's usually in our chat room here, I had to put his picture in here because he's usually in the chat room for this show, and he has a pretty good sized camera too, and I had to get a picture of him just so that everybody can know what Jackie looks like, because you always see him in the chat here, and he's always looking forward to Dayton and Huntsville. And here is Jackie, N4MJG. And, you know, in my Dayton slideshow, I found body bags. Well, I found one in Huntsville, too. Somebody had body bags. So that's kind of the end of the Hamfest shots, and we'll do the radio station in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll do it in a little while. Okay, so let's see now. So, yeah, I mean, hey, you can see, great place, great, you know, everybody better be there next year for sure, and make your reservations early. Now, Katie, you want to talk about something, Katie? We got something else that went on there, went on right outside, right in front of our booth there, right at the end of Hamfest, right at the end of the Hamfest.
Well, you know, it's pretty kind of a pretty special thing that happened. You know, most of us don't really think about Hamfest as a place where you're going to find love, but, you know, every now and then it happens. Like, you know, I met my husband at Hamvention of all places. People are always amazed that in a place with 20,000 hams hanging out, how does this work? Well, you know, you see stories about different things happening. Well, something wonderful happened to friends of ours at the Huntsville Hamfest this weekend. And with that, Tom, could you share a little video?
Yeah, I'll put the video. Here we go.
Okay. So hang out, everybody, because this is really very cool. This happened this weekend at the Huntsville Hamfest.
Like right down the street from our hotel on University Drive. Oh, I can't believe you got a hand.
They still got one more drawing. You got a ticket?
Yeah, sit there.
It's only for you. I love you. You bet. Okay. Thank you. I'm happy. Try to make you happy. Welcome to Huntsville.
Yay!
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Chris
Okay, we
and
can go
Dawn.
now. You have your ticket.
W4YL.
Thank you.
That is Chris, AA4CB, and Dawn, WA4YL. Congratulations, Chris and Dawn. And I know you guys are in the chat room here. And
yeah, and let me tell you something else. They're the nicest people. You see this hat right here. You know, Kathy and I were going to go by the Space Center on Thursday and, you know, spend the day out there. But Kathy ended up having to go to North Carolina. She was in North Carolina Wednesday and Thursday for a funeral. I came into Huntsville this way, and Kathy joined us Friday from North Carolina. So, but look at this. Well, the Hams are the nicest people, and Chris and Dawn bought me this hat at the Space and Rocket Center.
Oh, that's so
Look
nice.
at that. Look at that. I didn't get to go, but I got a hat. And thank you, Dawn, and thank you, Chris, so much for the hat. Well, I feel like I've been there now. Thank you.
That is so exciting. I had to share, and you know, I think I told you guys maybe even last week, you know, Chris, AA4CB, I met him at Hamvention 2 years ago now, Chris, I think. Well, came up to me. Well, we discovered that we are twins by other parents, but we are both actually born on the same day in the same year, which doesn't happen a lot because I was born on December 31st of 1969. So I get to claim the 60s for 12 hours, and I'm not sure what time Chris was born, but so we always refer to each other as twins. So we're twins, and now I'm going to have another new sister-in-law, I guess.
Oh, man.
So very excited for my fellow YL Dawn, WA4YL, and Chris A4CB. Congratulations. you
Yeah,
guys.
congratulations,
well
Chris and Dawn.
I'd like to thank them as well for bringing me a shirt also from the Space and Rocket Center,
Oh gosh.
and for letting me be the photographer of the video. Thank you very
Yay.
much.
Oh, cool, cool. All right, hey guys, everybody stand by just a minute. We'll be right back in just about a minute. It's time to get the transceiver that's best suited for your lifestyle. ICOM offers a variety of high-performance and innovative products. See how you can make the most out of contest season with one of these transceivers. The competitive edge you've been looking for is in the IC7851. Raise the bar and hear what others cannot hear with this flagship HF 50 MHz transceiver. It has reciprocal mixing dynamic range, crystal clear local oscillator, spectrum scope, dual receivers, and a digital voice recorder. The IC7610 is the SDR every ham wants, and just in time for contesting season. This high-performance SDR has the ability to pick out the faintest of signals even in the presence of stronger adjacent signals. The new ICOM 7610 is a direct sampling software-defined radio that will change the world's definition of an SDR transceiver. It has direct RF sampling, 110 dB RMDR, an independent dual receiver, and dual digital select. The IC7300 has changed the way entry-level HF is designed. This high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design will far exceed your expectations. It has RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, a large 4.3-inch color touchscreen, real-time spectrum scope, and an SD memory card slot. Visit icomamerica.com/amateur for more information on ICOM radios. All right, and we're back. We're back. Ooh, okay.
Well, we might as well end the show now. I don't know what else we could do to top that.
Well, we didn't have, we didn't have any special thing planned for tonight because I knew we were going to want to talk about this. So, hey, next week, let me tell you, next week, Riley Hollingsworth will be back with us. He's got a few things he wants to talk about. And let's see, hey, I think one of them should be the WWV deal, the government not going to pay it, and how's that going to affect everything. So I think that's one of the things Riley might talk about next week. So tune in, and you'll get to see Riley Hollingsworth. Let's see, I got to...
Probably due for Rich.
Let's see. What was
the
that?
last Monday or Tuesday of the month is always Rich
So
for CQ.
there we go. Tune in next
that
week.
will be next week.
Tune in next week. Hopefully Katie will be with us if she remembers to be here. I don't know about Dave. He's supposed to be here tonight, but I haven't seen Dave, so I don't know if he's in the chat room or not. Martin Jew could be back with us next week. Riley's going to be here next week. He was supposed to check internet, but I couldn't hear him tonight.
But his band was noisy.
Yeah, come on back. And
Yeah, I tuned around from here, and usually I hear a few people on that net. Tonight I heard nothing.
it's all right. You were really loud the last time or two I talked to you. 7180 is net, and hey, we're mid-show, so let me just make a couple of quick announcements again. If you're listening on WBCQ, send me a signal report to Tom at W5KUB, and let us know how you're hearing us and where you're hearing us, and we'd love to hear from you. Also, again, do we have any new people that have joined the last few minutes? If you're new, let us know again in the chat room. Don't worry if you repeat it again. I don't get a chance to look at the chat room very much during the show, so I missed how many people might have said they were new. But looking for new people, Net's next week, 7:30. Katie checked in tonight. That was great. Joe, you better check in next week.
Oh, yeah. And I'm getting ready to show my shortwave pictures.
All right, well, let's do this. Let me go back to you. All right, and Joe's got some pictures of a tour at WTWW, Shortwave Station, and here we go.
Okay, you got me.
No, I don't have you yet.
Nope.
No, let me do that until you get it. Okay, now we got it.
All right.
Here we go.
Don't know why I did that. This is the front of WTWW, and we transmit worldwide, and you can see the open wire feed lines. Of course, you're dealing with 100 kW of RF, so you have to be careful. They did have it shut down for normal maintenance when I was there, so fortunately there was no RF to zap your
So
your car.
Joe, let me add one thing to that. You see the feed line there, right to the right side of the building there. If you'll notice, there's a steel walkway, a steel covered walkway that you walk under there to keep you from, I guess, getting radiated from that feed line.
Wow.
Yeah, there's pretty high RF concentration around
Yeah.
that when it's on the air. There are two rhombic arrays, one on the one side of the building and one on the other. And I think he said one of the rhombics is almost a half a mile long, which is amazing. This is the feed line going to one of them. And if it looks a little foggy, it's because I suddenly realized that my lens was fogging up. So we had to fix that problem. But once again, you can see the open wire feed, but then it changes slightly to a smaller feed. And that's actually an impedance matching section. So you can see where it's wider spaced and then it goes to a narrower spacing. And that is actually an impedance matching section. That's a better shot of one of the poles that's holding up the top corners. I'm going to use the mouse to outline the actual feed line going to the two sides of the rhombic. And then this is the main feed line that goes up to that. I'd never really seen a rhombic quite like that. I've seen a Sturba curtain before, but never a rhombic. This is transmitter number 2. It's a Continental Electronics transmitter. And got to take a look inside the transmitter itself while it was not on the air and they were doing a little maintenance. Take a look at those watt meters, Tom. Now, how would you like to have that kind of power during a sweepstakes? You can see the watt meter goes up to 250 kW going out, and then the reflected kilowatts, which I find amazing. That's huge. Big shortwave broadcast transmitter. And actually, they did a test while I was there, and I actually got to turn it on and key the high voltage. And when you push the button, there's a sequence that happens of very loud relays clacking in. And they said, oh, no, you haven't finished yet. And then it all of a sudden, click, click, boom, and then away it goes. It's pretty amazing. This is what it looks like inside the control panel of that station.
Wow.
And the reason for all the relays and stuff is because this is a shortwave transmitter, not a regular like AM or FM broadcast transmitter. And what does it have to do? It has to change bands and change frequencies. So all of this is what it takes to control all the different tuning networks and all the different stages, because you have the exciter and then you have an intermediate power amplifier, what they call an IPA, and then the actual final itself that puts out your 100 kilowatts. Now, in shortwave, it's not effective radiated power. That's the power going out the pipe. This is a look at transmitter number 1. Looks kind of similar to number 2. And then this is an area, it's the modulator section. And you can see a big clip thing hanging there and a hook. That's your Jesus stick, because that's usually what you say if you touch it to something and you draw the arc to discharge the capacitors. And definitely dangerous, and I did not get into the cage, although it was powered down, did not get into it. This is a look at the rotary band switch inside the transmitter number 2, and it's kind of a round thing that goes clickety-clack and spins around and couples different output coils and tanks to the output tube. And we'll take a look at that. By the way, you'll see a tube that's over here. That's the IPA, the intermediate PA. This is the final PA. Look at the finger stock on that thing. And there are cooling chimneys there. The tubing that's wide open in the front actually has a chimney normally attached to it. They removed that so I could get a picture of the finger stock around the final tube. And they tell me a new final tube costs around $20,000. And look at the big doorknob capacitors in this thing. That's a better look inside the cage by getting my lens set up. That's an output choke. And somewheres, I don't know if I have that in this, but I have a picture of the lightning balls. And that's so that when there's close by lightning, it discharges it. Don't forget, if that antenna is a half a mile long, if a lightning stroke's even a couple miles away, chances are there's going to be some discharge. And the things on the right with the big blue capacitors there, those are modulator modules. And what they do is they split it up into several small modules so that if one of them goes out, you go from like 100% to like 95% modulation. And they are hooked up with fiber so that they're all synchronized exactly the same. And they're all in phase. And so each one of these groups of 3 leads and stuff is one of the modulators that goes and couples to the output of the transmitter. This is a Harris transmitter. This is their number 3. And so they do have the capability of having 3 signals at once. This is another look out the front at the transmission line. Here's a better close-up of that matching sections. You can see it goes from pretty large to medium and then to a straight open wire pair. And that makes a transformer. I think they said it went from like 450 ohms to 100 to 50, I think, something like that. This is out the backyard of this place, and the backyard goes clear down there, and you can see there's a high voltage power transmission tower that belongs to TVA down there. And it has been abandoned. They do not use that path anymore for the high voltage, and they're trying to negotiate to see if maybe it can hold the end of another antenna. Because after all, you've got a nice big tower with nice big insulators. So beautiful scenery there. I'm very jealous of the beautiful rolling meadows and mountains and wooded scenery that they have there in Tennessee compared to the flatlands of Nebraska. And there I am ready to discharge the high voltage. And that's the crew. Holly is on the left, and Ted Randall right there in the blue. And then that's one of his sons there in the middle. And his,
David. That's David.
David, yeah. And then you have, is it Matt? Aaron?
Matt.
Is the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And his wife. And he is the chief audio engineer for the Dave Ramsey show on broadcast. And he's the one who has the people screaming, "I'm debt free," and so forth. And his studio is in Nashville. And I got an offer next time to sector some time away to actually go visit his studio while they're on the air in the afternoon. And
yeah, it's actually,
really
Joe, it's in Franklin, which is just a little south
Yeah.
of Nashville. And you'll get to meet Dave. You get to go in Dave's office and meet Dave there.
That sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
And he does a fantastic job with the audio quality on that. I'm very impressed with the way that show sounds. And now this is Ted in his studio, which is at their house in Lebanon. It's about a couple of miles or so from the transmitter. And, of course, all digital. And he's using the PR77, the latest version of that from Bob Heil, as his studio mic, and sounds wonderful. And that's it. That's back to the Hamfest. So we're done with the slides, and we'll see if we can get my ugly face back on.
All right.
And thank you very much, Tom, for all you did at Huntsville. And I was always glad to come and say a few words.
Well, and we enjoyed having you on too. I'm gonna, we're getting through just a little early. I'm gonna turn the phone lines on for about 10 minutes. We'll probably end the show here by 9 o'clock or so tonight, because I've got things to do. I haven't even got completely unpacked from Huntsville yet. But hey, we're gonna open the phone lines and let's just see if anybody wants to call in. Give us a call, 901-286-1116. And we'll put them on. And Katie, you're welcome to stay. Joe, Mark, everybody stay. Or if you guys are getting bored, if you want to leave, you leave. But I'm going to be here just a few more minutes. What's the chances somebody's going to call us? Joe, what are the odds, man? I'll take 6 to 1. I'll see. You know what?
I haven't seen any.
I'm sitting
Well,
here
maybe
scouring
we
the
will.
news 'cause we had our election.
901-286-1116. I think
when they had the transmitter down, they hooked a ham rig to that antenna. And they said that it's just incredible what you get on the ham rig. I can imagine working sweepstakes from there if they had all the other transmitters off. That would be amazing.
A mile? Did you say the rhombic is a mile of wire or a mile long?
It's a half a mile long, one of them is, and the other one is at least over a quarter of a mile long.
Who's on the phone?
Okay, that must have some tremendous gain.
Hi, Jeff.
Who's that?
How's it going?
Jeff.
All right, I'm missing out. Who's on the phone?
Jeff in Tuckasegee, North
Oh,
Carolina.
hey, Jeff. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? A KM4QBC. That's my friend. That's my friend in North Carolina. We went over and helped. He just got his general here a month or so ago. We went over. We helped him put up some antennas. We got him a 40-meter delta loop up in the air. We got him a 80-meter dipole up, and he's got a hex beam, so he's got plenty of antennas. So Jeff, you've been, how many countries you work now? What have you been doing, man?
Over, man, but I've been with work, so he's got into fishing, so we've been doing something, but I'm going to get back into the radio business as soon as possible. I love all these pictures of Huntsville and everything. I hope to make that next year. I just want to say hi to you and Katie and everybody on the show. Good show tonight, man.
Well, thanks a lot. And, man, hey, I'm going to be coming back over there maybe in the next month or two. I want to get the band together. I want to get the Dead Possums together. We're going to be able to do it?
We'll get
All right. Well,
we need some new music.
I'm going to cook. I'm going to have hamburgers and hot dogs and invite everybody in the valley, in the mountains over there. And if I can get the Dead Possums over, we'll just have a great time one night.
That sounds great. Martin, get you the cowbell?
No, I hadn't got a cowbell yet.
Cowbell.
I might can play the cowbell. I can probably, let's see. I can probably play the cowbell, or with a little practice, I might could play a tambourine, man. I don't know, but I do want to join you guys' band.
Hey, we'll go down. Then,
Yeah, your voice is breaking up. Don't know what's happening here.
Capstan, you're breaking up.
I said we'll get to your house down there off the cow.
All right, Jeff. Thanks for calling, man.
And before Mark leaves, I have a few things to say about what else there is to do in Huntsville, because it's not just the Hamfest. You can spend several days seeing things. Of course, Nashville isn't far away, and I haven't seen all Nashville has to offer yet, but so far I've seen a couple of things. And
standby caller.
Including the radio station. But there's the Grand Ole Opry and things like that to see up there. And, of course, Jack Daniels, which is only an hour's drive. But, of course, in Huntsville...
There's a distillery even closer than Jack Daniels. If Huntsville is your destination city for the Hamfest, Uh, 35 minutes or 35 minutes up the road, and literally 4 doors down from my house is Southern Pride Distillery, and it's on the Tennessee Whiskey Trail. Kentucky started with the Bourbon Trail. Tennessee now has the Whiskey Trail, and I can walk to a distillery from my front yard.
Yeah, I think I saw the signs
fantastic.
for that on the road that goes south from Tennessee.
Let's see.
I think I
Who's
saw
on? Who's the
signs for
call?
this.
Who's on the call?
And the other thing would be Scottsboro, only 45 minutes away. The Cathedral Caverns and the Unclaimed Baggage Store is fun to see. And of course, no trip is complete without the Space and Rocket Center.
All right. Who's the caller? Who's the caller?
Hey, Tom, it's Tom, WY7KY out here in Wyoming. How y'all doing?
Hi, Tex.
I thought you said his name.
Hey,
You
Katie.
call him Tex? Is that Tom or is it
Call him
Tex?
Tex, yeah.
How you doing,
Yeah,
man?
This is Tech.
All right. Do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
live?
I just
Do you
wanted
live
to-
out there close to Katy?
Yeah, we're in Cheyenne, Wyoming, Tom, which is, I don't know, probably 4 or 5 hours south of Katy, and enjoy her station up there. She's got a great one up there, and I just wanted to say that, since y'all didn't get a lot of callers, I thought I'd just call in and mix the pot and say that I missed Huntsville this year, but it looks like it was a great time for everybody.
Yeah, it was. And we were getting a bunch of calls. We just got one line open right now, and they're stacking up over there. Usually they'll hang up, and then we will have nobody. But, hey, you need to check in our net on Tuesday night, 7180.
Yep, I will. Definitely. I'll try to remember that and get on. Usually I'm pretty busy, but I just wanted to call in and say you guys did a great job, and everything went well. So I'm going to make it back to Huntsville one of these days when I go to visit up there in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And so we'll get down there sometime, Tom. But thanks for taking my call. And Katie and Joe and everybody, y'all have a good night.
Well, you're welcome.
Thanks,
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Tom. Tex.
All right, you bet.
Yeah.
You guys have a good one. 7-3.
73.
All right.
Tex plays the guitar, but
901-286-1116.
he was also our public information officer winner, recognized a few years back by the ARL on the national level. We got him award for all the PR work he does here in Wyoming. Very active in the Wyoming community. Super nice guy.
Cool. 901-286-1116. We'll take a couple more calls before we go to Hangout. I'm going to do a Hangout tonight. I got some people on the East Coast that usually do Hangout, but see, they're an hour
Getting
later.
late.
It's an hour later, and they all want to go to bed so early. A lot of times they can't join us, Oh, let's
I
see.
know,
We
it's
got
8
a-
o'clock. It's almost my bedtime.
Yeah. Who's on the
While
phone?
you're waiting for a call, Tom, I'll mention this Byron Rascal, this
Yeah.
Oh,
young
right.
Pasternak Young Ham of the Year kid. Joe, I think you were there Saturday night at the embassy. We're sitting around the adults are sitting around over a couple of beers, and where's Brian? He's over at a table nearby, and he's got a remote ham radio connection to his home station, and he's working the what was it called? NAQP.
NAQP.
phone.
NAQP.
Right. And so he's quite a contester. 14 years old, and he's on the radio from the Hamfest.
That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
I've
who's-
seen a few people have been talking about
Yeah.
young hams. People have been asking about Marty because we haven't seen him lately. And I actually talked to him on the phone this morning because I sent him a message. I'm like, hey, where are you? And, a lot of you guys know he goes to a camp all summer long. Well, this year he actually was working the camp and doing technical support and what have you. But he, as you know, he is now 16 and he has been working his buns off so that he can get a car, which I believe after he's off to camp for another week. And then he'll be able to get his car, which means instead of having about 4 hours round trip of commuting to school, he'll be able to drive, which will save him a lot of time. So that's smart, but he's doing well and wishes everybody well. And I told him that a lot of people have been asking about him recently. So Marty's doing good and
Good.
says hi to everybody.
I think we had a caller. Do we have a caller right now? We had a call.
Yeah, Tom.
Oh, yeah. Who's on the phone?
It's Russ,
Yeah.
KG0BK from Iowa again.
Yeah. I won't say what you are.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, that's a good thing.
I won't blow your
Joe,
cover.
Saw your,
I won't blow your cover.
interview with the toward the end of the show on Sunday with the Hamfest that's coming up, and I can't tell you which one that was. Anyway, very good job doing the interview. Tom, thank Hambot for me. I actually won.
What do you get, Russ?
Or H. The thing I was going to buy, because I got the cheap version, I got the free version from years ago, the software.
Oh, you got Ham Radio Deluxe. You got the Ham Radio Deluxe? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just, in fact, I got it on my list to buy, and now I don't have to buy it. So thanks, Hambot, for that.
Cool.
And I watched most of the show on Saturday, and I think all of it on Sunday. And just thanks for doing that. That was just absolutely wonderful.
Well, you're welcome. And I'll mention it. I want to see if Mark noticed this. It's no complaint, Mark, no complaint. But on Sunday, you had a few thousand less people, and that air conditioner was putting out some cold air, man.
We did have a smaller turnout on Sunday, and that's typical. But
Yeah.
it was way better than previous years. We had a good crowd there. Even the vendors thought so. That they had some very, very good sales. And speaking of vendors, we had a couple of new ones. Mastrok from the Czech Republic. They had a very good experience here. This was their first visit to Huntsville Hamfest. We'll probably have them back. East Texas Towers, also their first visit. And before they left, they asked if they could get a bigger space next year. Of course, they had Ron Tower sections and all kinds of turnbuckles, genuine Ron accessories. So that was a big plus for us, and we're happy to have these new vendors. And who knows, maybe we'll be looking at more space next year. But the same thing too, we got to get more visitors in the front door on Sunday and keep them there. So that's one of our actions this year to look at. What can we do to make things interesting for vendors and visitors alike on Sunday?
You guys did an awesome job. I could just see from what Tom was doing that you did wonderful. I wasn't able to get there, and we're going to get there. And want to thank you for that. Also, just before I leave, Tom, I heard in fact, you and I made contact tonight on the pre-net show, and I heard Katie. Katie came in stronger than you by one S unit, but I only got you at an S5, got hers at S6, and then everything just went away.
Well, Katie's closer. Katie's closer. I'm going to use that for an excuse. Yeah, she's closer to you. I'm going to use that for an excuse. You're in Iowa, is that right?
Yeah. Well, right on the corner of Illinois and Wisconsin and Iowa, just right there on the river.
All right. Hey, Russ. Well, thanks, man. I'm glad you got to watch the show, and I'm glad you won a prize, and that means Hambot likes you,
Yeah, I couldn't believe that. Well, when you put in P station, maybe that's what he felt bad for me. So thanks very much.
Well, thank you. All right. The number to call would be 901-286-1116. How about one more call? Let's see if we work some DX. Let's see. He was in Iowa. We need somebody further away. I want to see how well our internet signal's coming in, like in California or Washington State.
Now, Iowa's just one state over to the east, but he's probably almost 400 miles from here.
Yeah.
And Katie is one state to the west.
All right, who's on the phone?
500 or 600 from here.
Who's on the telephone?
Somebody's in their car.
Sound like they're in a motorboat. Who's on the phone? Hello?
Click.
All right. Well, you can call back. He's out on a lake somewhere. 901-286-1116. Do we still have someone else on the phone? Rush, you still there? No? All right, let's see what happens. Looked like we had 2 calls there. One more call, 901-286-1116. Well, guys, I had a good time. Enjoyed it tonight. Mark, thanks for coming on. Joe, Katie.
Thanks for the
Glad
invitation,
to do it.
Tom.
And
Appreciate
next
it.
time I'll have a couple of new kits to show.
Yeah, people always enjoy the kits, and
In
we're
fact, I'll
looking
have at least 2 or 3 new ones.
looking forward to
All
it.
right. Joe, I didn't have any time to attend any of the forums. Was your forum well attended?
Very well on both days. Very gratifying.
Who's
Good,
on
very
Who's
good.
on the telephone? Telephone. Go ahead.
This is John in Grapevine, N5WXZ. Talked earlier to you tonight.
John in Grapevine. Okay,
John.
cool, John. Grapevine, Texas.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that when Katie came into the net tonight, all of a sudden you disappeared. So I think maybe she has some superpowers that you need to talk to her about. It was pretty awesome.
I need to get Katie to try to call the net one night, and that way people can talk to her.
Why else generate their own propaganda?
Yeah.
Especially when she's got a KW going with it too.
Yeah. I could be doing other things getting ready for the show here, so maybe one night Katie will. But
Well,
Maybe in the
anyway,
winter
I just
it'll-
wanted to say I really like the net that you do that before the show, and I've been watching the show for a while. It's great to be able to talk to you and to the others, and so anyway, nicely done, and looking forward to more nets.
all right, thank you so much, John. And you always have a powerful signal from Texas down there. And
Everything's bigger in Texas.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Thank you,
Yeah,
John.
we just take a big deep breath and throw it on out there.
All right. Thanks, John. I got another call here.
Okay, thanks. Bye bye.
All right. Who's on the phone?
This is Larry, N7LU up in Washington.
N7. Who's
Who's
that?
DX?
I didn't catch it too much going on. What was it?
Oh, N7LUF, November 7 Lima Uniform Fox.
Okay. Yeah, okay. And where are you?
I'm in Washington State, Huntsville, Washington.
Okay.
I heard I wanted some DX from Washington, so I can go out here and walk a few hundred feet and put my feet in the Puget Sound. So that's all.
All right. Well, that's good. We're working Washington. What kind of signal we got up there?
I was on the air.
Are we 5'9" up there? I mean.
Oh yeah, you're definitely 5'9" here over the internet.
Cool. All right. All right. So,
Did you win any prizes this weekend, Larry?
I did. When they first started it on Saturday, they were setting up, and they showed a booth where they had those engraved signs, and I said,
Yep.
that's what I want to win. But I said, I don't have a snowball chance of winning something like that. And guess what?
so
Yay.
I don't know which one you won, but you might have
sounds
possibly.
like Tom, it's gifts for hams.
Did you win the a desk wedge, or did you win a 6-inch sign?
It was the LED.
The LED sign. Okay. So you didn't win this one. You won the LED desk sign. Okay, cool.
Right.
That's still a nice prize. I'm glad you won.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great.
So it was really surprised me because at Dayton there I watched and I never won anything, so I figured, hey, is that the LED one, Tom?
Is that the only what?
Is that the LED one?
No, this I don't know if you're seeing that. This is just the desk wedge. This is their Stars and Stripes desk wedge. It's just a acrylic desk wedge you can set. Yours will be lit. It's got LED lights and it'll do different colors and so forth. So
Yeah, that one's really nice.
yeah.
I need
Yeah.
one of those. I think
So,
Gordo has one of those in his
I
shack.
was just totally blown away that that when I
Yeah,
seen my
that's
call
nice.
come up there, I tried to text Kathy to let her know about it, and
Uh-huh.
I couldn't even type.
So Joe's got a sign. He's got a desk sign there. I'm not sure who made it. Did Gifts for Hymns make that possibly? Or?
No, this came from Oklahoma. There's a company there that was also at Dayton, and they were at the Claremore Hamfest, and that's where this came from.
I got you.
Nice.
And it changes colors too.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, Larry, thanks a lot for calling in.
Yeah, I just wanted to check in there, and hey, you all have a good evening. And yeah, I see that one you got holding up there, Joe. So 7-3 everybody. I'm heading to bed. I got the fair, got to work tomorrow, and I got some angry bees I got to take care of. Talk to you later.
Oh,
All right,
I hung you. I'm sorry, I hung him
Bye.
up too quick. Okay, I want one more call. I want a call from Massachusetts. I need a call from Massachusetts. Massachusetts in the next 15 seconds. Massachusetts.
There's a comment in the chat room that says we need 46 more states for an AT&T endorsement.
Yeah, I want Massachusetts, 901-286-1116. We should be, Massachusetts should be calling in any second here.
Trying to see if I recognize anybody from Massachusetts.
We'll give them.
Oh, that's good, because I'm going to go. Excuse me.
It must not, okay, so, and there is a 30-second delay, too, between what I say and what's in the chat room, so they're probably just now hearing that I want Massachusetts, so a call should come in any second. I'll give them about 10 more seconds. I'm going to be real disappointed if we don't get Massachusetts.
Nope.
Because I know somebody in the chat room is in Massachusetts.
We can go by the numbers.
Well, you can't
QRZ
believe that
one.
anymore.
QRZ ones.
WL1Z, Bill. All right. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Good night to everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and bring Hangout up, and we'll invite about 10 people into the show through video, and then I'm not gonna be on here very long, and then I'm out of here. Had a great night. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks,
you,
Mark.
and,
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you, and thank Mark for putting on such a great Hamfest, and I'll be glad to speak there again next year.
All right.
We'd love to have you, Joe, and thanks for the good words. And it was an exhausting effort, but we're all having a lot of fun here putting it on.
Well, congratulations on pulling off a successful Hamfest. Once again, Mark. You guys
Thank
did
you.
an awesome
Yeah.
job, and thank you to all the volunteers.
Absolutely.
All right. Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
We'll see you next week.
Good night, Tom. Thanks again for the invite.
Okay, I'm going to open up Hangout just for a second. Let's just see if anybody wants to join us on Hangout. Looks like we've got a few people in there. We got Bill in there. Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Hey, Tom.
Now, Bill, I asked for someone from Massachusetts to call me. You must have not been listening.
I turned the sound off and came down here.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right. So we missed Massachusetts tonight. Let's see. Who we got? We got Lindsay in here. Who is Lindsay? Is that a new one? Hello, Lindsay. Your mic's muted. Unmute your mic and say hi. Oh,
Well, I'm
Teresa.
not Lindsay, but I'll apologize for the motorboat call. And that was me. I was going to call in and say hi to everybody, and that way I could get on with the drive home. But you picked up, and my audio went to nothing. I couldn't hear a word you were saying.
Okay, all right. Well, that was you driving the motorboat. Yeah.
That's me driving the motorboat.
All right, that's Teresa down in Texas. All right, we got Mike in here. We got Mike. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Your mic's not working. Mike's not working. No, not working. So So I'm gonna have to communicate. I'm gonna have to communicate with Mike differently. Let's see if you got that. Did you get that, Mike? He hung up. He'll call back. It'll probably work then.
You obeyed him, Tom. He hung up on you.
Yeah, I sometimes I say things by sign language that maybe I shouldn't. I mean, the words, maybe I signed the wrong words. I don't know. There he is.
All right, can you hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you now, man. I can hear you now.
Okay, every time I connect the first time, I got to go back out and reconnect someplace.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening, why that happens, but...
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, I saw I missed that prize, but...
Yeah, hey, Tom, I have to tell you, Mike was one of the people that Hambach called.
Really?
For $100. Yeah, it was $100 gift certificate at DX Engineering.
Oh,
so
man.
he ran out to his car to put his suitcase in it. And I'm texting him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he lost out.
Yeah, we were getting ready to head downstate Michigan, and I was loading stuff in the car, so I had your show going while we were packing the stuff up because we were running behind, and I came back in basically to shut the show off of the computer, and I just missed it.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? Maybe you'll win next time,
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I guess I can't argue with him, but...
That's right. You can't do it, man. Can't do it.
Yeah, because it just scrolled off, and it was still in the chat box. I bet I was coming in to close the chat box and close the program so we could get ready to head out of town. We just got back a couple hours ago, and oh well.
Well, has your weather got any better up there? I guess your snow melted, didn't it? You've had several warm months, man.
Yeah. Well, it won't be long. We'll get some more back again.
You got your snow blower all tuned up?
Oh yeah, I do that in the spring. I take and change oil on that thing, grease it all up, get it all set in the spring. So when winter rolls around, I'm just ready to start up and go.
That's cool.
I got to make sure the snow blower is working. Now, the lawnmower doesn't work. All the grass just grows a little bit longer till I can get to it. But when I get a foot and a half or 2 feet of snow, I want to get the driveway cleared out.
Yeah. I wonder where Jeff is tonight up in New Jersey. Boy, he hadn't been in here in a while. I'm gonna have to give him some demerits.
See, he was in the chat room on Saturday. He said he was at the beach, so he may be at his beach house down in the Jersey Shore.
I wonder. I thought I saw him in here tonight. I don't see him now.
I know who we are missing, though. We're missing the doc. I haven't seen him in 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him since last year. He must have missed it.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Or probably just in the chat room, huh?
Long time.
Yeah, that's the last place I saw him, only in the chat room.
Yeah.
And there's
Well,
Douglas.
I guess whoever won that prize I missed will probably enjoy it. He probably needed it more than I did.
Yeah, I forget who won it. I'm sorry.
It don't matter. Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. I know, but I watched a lot of the show. I watched a lot of it even when I was downstate in Grand Rapids, Michigan, downstate there for the last 2 days. I was sitting around in the hotel room. We were waiting to do stuff. I brought it up on my iPad and watched it. Sounded like you had a good time there.
Well, it was a good time, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Teresa won 2 prizes.
Who did?
Lucky her.
Well, yeah, Teresa won 2, and I won
Teresa.
2. You said Teresa, yeah.
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 And Tom won a couple of prizes.
Yeah.
And
everybody won some with me because I was almost.
Mike, it's been 7 years. I have not won a darn thing.
I won some rope a couple years ago. the Mastrate.
The Mastrate rope, yeah, that's some good rope.
Yeah.
In fact, they were at, as Mark was saying, they were at the Hamfest this year.
Matter of fact, I waited too long to probably use it because I tried using that $15 or whatever it was with DX Engineering or whatever it was for the rope, and none of them would recognize the certificate I got number for. So I never was able to use it. I did buy some of that rope, but I just purchased it myself.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, somebody told Kathy in the chat room this week that they didn't receive their prize. I don't know if it's from Huntsville last year or Dayton. That's the first I've heard of it. You know, we've had pretty good luck. All the prizes pretty much have really all been issued, unless people just don't follow up with them. But I need to go and look and see what that prize was that they didn't get.
Yeah. So, well, you do a good job. I enjoy.
Well,
even though I haven't been able to get to them, I enjoy watching them.
Tell you, the power went out on us in the hotel Friday evening. No,
yeah, I saw you.
Friday. It's Saturday. It was Saturday, I guess. Was it Saturday? Yeah. Yeah, it was Saturday.
Yeah, I think it was Saturday.
Yeah, and that morning I ended up on the 9th floor for some reason, but so I had to I walked all the way up to the 9th floor. I did pretty good till I got about the 7th floor, and I was going in circles going up that stairwell, and I was getting a little dizzy about the 7th and 8th floor. And then the next morning, they had 3 elevators. The next morning, they only had 1 elevator that was partially running. I think the power outage probably screwed them up, and everybody was trying to check out. And everybody in the hotel was using that 1 elevator, which was barely working. And everybody was getting on it to go up because they knew if they could get on it going up, they would be on there going down. And I was trying to get down from the 9th floor Sunday morning with that cart, that mobile cart. We finally got in.
Oh, yes.
Well, somebody's going to help me with a sheet for a parachute, but I didn't think that would work. That cart's pretty heavy.
No, I don't think not the cart. Oh no. God, no.
So then I thought, well, you know, hey, if I could find, rope would work. I would trust rope better, you know, lower it over the side, you know, because it was only 90 feet down there, probably about 100 feet down to the main floor, you know.
Oh, you could have made it.
Yeah.
You'd make it down. There's no doubt if you went left, you'd make it to the floor, to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, the old saying, "What goes up is going to come down."
Yeah, that's true.
Boy, it might be a big splat.
Oh, Douglas joined us.
Why is there 2 of Douglas?
Douglas joined us.
He looks like he got twins.
He's quiet. Something's wrong with his signal. When I click on it, it doesn't bring him up.
Oh.
He must not be there anymore. I don't know.
I know. I thought he said he was in Arkansas. Wasn't in Texas, so I don't know.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about getting me a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, well, I've had enough.
I got peanut butter cookies out there in that kitchen.
I think that might get
I still haven't eaten mine yet.
What was
what
that,
you done with
Teresa?
your mic there, Teresa?
Hey, Teresa, how many more miles you got to go?
You know, that's a really good question. I am my city side of Weatherford, so I'm less than, actually I think I'm about 10 miles out. Give or take.
That's
what are you
bad.
doing, driving?
What?
Yeah, she's driving.
I still haven't made it completely home.
She's driving. It sounded like a 1964 Beetle bus.
No, it's a 2012, I think, Honda Civic Hybrid.
Oh, hybrid. Oh, okay.
See that hybrid big batteries are giving you that.
Yeah, might be.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm getting out of here. Good night to everybody. Had a good time. Enjoyed it.
Okay.
See you next week. Joining it.
Yeah, you get your peanut butter sandwich. I just got home a short while ago. I may give myself a bowl of ice cream.
All right. We'll see you later.
All right. Yeah.
Good night.